at our end. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, sirs and Mars. I don't know if anyone can hear me, please. Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. So, my name is Benita Nukoro, the Deputy Senate President of ASSON. I welcome you all to ASSON ASA workshop, the first workshop for the year 2026. So as we start this program, we're going to start with an opening prayer. So let's all pray. Our Heavenly Father, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, we thank you for this day. We thank you for there's no one like you without glorified. We thank you for how you've brought this program to life. Thank you for how we are now here now. And then thank you for all what you've done for us today. May name be praised forever. Father, if I know that we have sinned against you, I pray for us for our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Father, as we're about to start, I pray that you start with us. That what we're going to do here be to your holy glory. For those that will soon join us, I pray that they will join us and this program will testify into their lives. For in Christ's precious name I have prayed. Amen. Thank you.
Now I welcome everybody. Let me see. Hope I'm not muted. Okay. I welcome everybody to this great program for undergraduate students. So most of them are writing their exam at the moment, and they will be joining us as we progress in the program. My name is Opeyemi Ogungbola, and the theme of this program is navigating the social media boundaries in modern relationships. And the sub-theme is privacy within the spouse, within the friends, transparency, and trust in the digital age, establishing healthy social media boundaries in modern relationships. I'll move straight forward to the introduction without wasting much of our time. The rise of social media has transformed the way people communicate, interact, and maintain relationships. Platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and TikTok have made it easier for individuals to stay connected regardless of geographical distance. While these technologies have created unprecedented opportunities for communication and networking, they have also introduced new challenges in personal relationship. Issues of privacy, transparency, and trust have become increasingly complex as individuals navigate relationship within a highly connected digital environment. Modern relationship, whether romantic, familial, or friendship, are no longer confined to physical interaction. Digital communication now plays a central role in how people express emotion, maintain contact, and share personal experiences. However, the absence of boundaries on social media often leads to misunderstandings, conflicts, jealousy, and breaches of trust. For relationships to remain healthy in the digital age, individuals must intentionally establish boundaries
Mr. Opeyemi, you are muted, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute everybody because there is a guy that is making noise there. The role of social media in modern relationships. Social media has fundamentally changed the dynamic of interpersonal relationships. Communication that once required physical presence or direct conversation can now occur instantly through messaging, comments, and online interaction. Couples, friends, and family members frequently use social media to share live events, express affection, and maintain emotional connection. However, this digital visibility also exposes relationship to public scrutiny and external influence. What was once private can easily become public through posts, photos, and online discussion. As a result, individuals often face questions about how much of their relationship should be shared online and what aspects should remain private. Moreover, social media can create unrealistic expectations about relationship. Many people present curated version of their lives online, highlighting only positive moments while concealing the challenges. This selective portrayal may lead others to compare their own relationship with idealized online images, potential causing dissatisfaction and insecurity. Therefore, while social media provides powerful tools for connection, it also requires thoughtful management to prevent negative impact on relationship. Privacy in the digital age. Privacy is a fundamental component of healthy relationship. In the context of social media, privacy refers to the ability of individuals to control what personal information they share and who has access to it. In modern relationship, conflicts once arise when partner or friends feel that their privacy has been violated. For example, sharing personal messages, posting private photos without consent, or publicly discussing sensitive issues online can damage trust and create emotional distress. Respecting privacy does not mean secrecy, rather, it means recognizing that every individual has a right to personal space and autonomy. Healthy boundaries on social media include seeking permission before posting images, avoiding the sharing of private conversation online, respecting personal preference regarding social media visibility. Understanding that not every aspect of relationship must be publicly displayed. While privacy is respected, individuals feel safe and valued within their relationship. Transparency and honest communication. Transparency is another critical factor in maintaining healthy relationship in the digital age. Transparency involves openness and honesty regarding online activities, interactions, and intentions. In many relationships, misunderstanding arise when individuals conceal or misinterpret their social media behavior. For instance, secretive online interaction, hidden accounts, or unexplained connection with others can raise concerns and lead to suspicion. However, transparency should not be confused with surveillance control or control. Healthy transparency is based on mutual respect and voluntary openness. rather than demand for constant monitoring. Couples and friends can promote transparency by communicating openly about social media expectations, discussing what type of interaction are comfortable or uncomfortable, being honest about online friendship and connections, addressing concerns calmly rather than through accusation. We are building trust in digital environment. Trust is the foundation of every strong relationship. In the context of social media, trust involves confidence that one's partner, friend, or family member will act with integrity both online and offline. The digital environment can sometimes challenge trust because online interaction may be easily misinterpreted. A simple like, comment, or message can sometimes create doubt or jealousy if the intentions are unclear. To maintain trust in modern relationships, individuals must demonstrate consistency between their online and offline behavior. Actions such as honesty, respect, accountability help reinforce trust. Key practice for building trust includes maintaining respectful communication online, avoiding interaction that could undermine the relationship, being accountable for one's digital behavior, addressing conflict through dialogue rather than public confrontation. When trust is nurtured through the responsible digital behavior, relationships become more resilient in the face of social media challenges. Establishing healthy social media boundary. Healthy boundaries serves as a guideline that protects relationship from unnecessary conflict and misunderstanding. This boundary define acceptable behavior and expectations regarding social media use. Example of healthy social media boundaries include mutual agreement. Couples can agree on what is appropriate to share online. Respect for personal space. Individuals should maintain personal autonomy in their digital interaction. Responsible posting. Avoid sharing content that could embarrass or harm others. Digital courtesy. Engage respectful with others online. Conflict resolution offline. Relationship issues should be addressed privately rather than through social media. For not to waste much of our time, I will rush down to conclusion. Social media has become an integral part of modern life, shaping how individuals communicate, express themselves, and maintain relationships. While these platforms provide valuable opportunity for connection, they also introduce challenges related to privacy, transparency, and trust. Navigating social media boundaries in modern relationships require intentional effort, open communication, and mutual respect. By establishing clear boundaries, respecting privacy, practicing transparency, building trust, individuals can ensure that technology strengthens rather than undermining their relationship. Ultimately, every relationship in the digital age depends not on technology itself, but on the values and behavior of those who use it. When individuals prioritize respect, honesty, and responsibility in their online interaction, social media can become a tool that enhances connection, understanding, and lasting trust. Thank you for listening. My name still remains Opeyemi Ogungbola, the convener, the initiator, and the patron for ASSON ASA, Tallahassee, Florida. We'll be progressing. Let me see if our president is available now. If he's not available, Mr. President, are you in? If he's not available, we move to the next program. I can realize that the speaker is not available yet, and our president too is not available yet. So in the case of this, I will call on Dr. Fayoshi Taiwo to chair the first session. So this is the most important reason why we are all here. So our judges who are here, I want to call upon them all so that they can know one another. So please, once I call your name, you can just react by thumbing up so that people will know that you are a judge in this event of today. Number one person on my list, as I'm looking on the platform, I have Dr. Olumuyiwa Akpanichile from Obafemi Awolowo University, Demography and Social Statistics Department. Dr. Olumuyiwa, are you there? Okay, the next person is available. I can see him online. The next person, okay, our speaker is available now. The next person is Dr. Taiwo Fayoshi. Dr. Taiwo Fayoshi.
Yes, I'm available. I'm online.
All right, thank you. The next person is Dr. Adejuma Taiwo Joel. Dr. Adejuma Taiwo Joel. And the next person is Dr. Abata Sandi. And our woman behind every success of today is Dr. Olawumi Olatunde. We are both present here in the US. Dr. Olawumi Olatunde. So
yes,
they are all five to judge the program. Now that our speaker is available, because he might also need to run out of the program. So I will call on the Senate President to introduce our speaker and the personalities of today. I'm sorry for the break in transmission. The program continues. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Senate President, are you in already? Okay. Wisdom, are you ready for your speech? Wisdom. It's off again. Senate President, are you there? Okay. All right. I'm calling on Comrade Ogungbola Lateef to introduce our speaker and the event organizers of today. Ogungbola Lateef, you have the floor, please. Stop wasting our time. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So by protocol, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, our reverend patron, members of the Senate Council, respected executive of the Executive Council, and our partners from the American Statistical Association, all valued participants, good morning, good afternoon. I am Senator Comr, the NAS Senate President, the National Senate President of this prestigious association. So, at this point, I am highly privileged to introduce our distinguished speakers. We have Dr. Kunle Akerele, which is a special guest speaker, and also we have senior comrade Opeyemi Ogungbola, that is our patron, convener, the initiator of the ASSON ASA International Conference. And also we have the National Senate President, and the National President, which is Comrade Shile Wisdom. So as we proceed, I encourage every participant to engage actively, learn intentionally, and maximize the opportunities that this platform presents. Once again, you are all welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for that beautiful speech. Without wasting much of our time, I would like to call on our speaker for today so that we can do everything bit by bit and round up the program right on time. So I have no other person than our pioneer president of this association, the person who demanded in his own way by calling up a congress at the University of Ibadan that there must be something called Association of Statistics Students of Nigeria. And that person is no other person. And I repeat, that person is no other person than Dr. Comrade Kunle Akerele. You are welcome on board, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I'm glad and really privileged to be part of this gathering today. It's been a long time I've associated with statisticians, and I'm so happy to be in this forum today. And thank you for the privilege of being a speaker in this session. It's really an opportunity, and I'm glad to be talking to fellow learned people, intelligent people, and people that knows that we rule the world through statistics. That used to be our slogan at that time. And thank you, Opeyemi. I guess I should be speaking now, correct? On that topic. Am I correct?
Yes, that's not a problem. That's not. You would have next time. You should have called me, please. So let's. I will be taking in. You can come in by that time. No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Wisdom, are you available? Wisdom, is he available? I don't know what's wrong with Wisdom today. So in the absence of Wisdom, though all of us will have wisdom by the special grace of God, in the eyes of a boy called Wisdom in this meeting. So we'll move into the first session. the first session. So I call on Dr. Fayoshe, who is the chairman of the first session. Please come on board. And I think I have given you everybody the list of the participants. Like the wisdom who is not available, if you call him, because I know he's number one on the list. If you call him, he's not available, please call the next person. Nobody should waste time. If possible, anybody who is not available for the first session, if they show interest and be available, they can come in the second session. If they are not available in the second session, that's all. Nobody is wasting our time here. All right, thank you, our able doctor.
Okay. And we're talking on a topic titled Digital Boundaries, Emotional Responsibility, and Healthy Relationship Conduct on Social Media. In today's digital age, establishing boundaries and practicing emotional responsibility on social media are essential for cultivating healthy relationships. As individuals increasingly turn to social online platforms for connection, there is need to understand the dynamics of social media interactions. The need to understand the dynamics of social media interaction becomes paramount. This topic explores how digital boundaries can help individuals or students, as the case may be, navigate their online presence, ensuring that personal space and privacies are respected. The key objectives in this seminar or conference include educating students or other users about setting and communicating their boundaries effectively, fostering emotional intelligence to recognize their own feelings and those of others, and promoting respectful conduct in online interactions. By highlighting the significance of accountability and empathy, this discussion aims to empower students and other users to engage positively in the digital environment. And the expected outcome at the end of this program, students are expected to are expected to be aware or experience increased awareness of the importance of emotional responsibility, enhanced skills in managing online relationships, and a framework for a healthier social media conduct. Ultimately, fostering these principles can lead to a more supportive and respectful online community. Thank you.
Standing on the existing protocol. Good day, our host. Good day, sirs. So I'm here to present a project written by a team: Adedeji Abdulsalam, Sayuti Fatima, Yahya, Yusuf Ayub B. Abdul Aziz, and myself, Ibiyeye Israel. All right, the topic is navigating social media, boundaries, modern relationship, social media addiction. This is the topic now. Social media addiction and its impact on perceived relationship quality among youth in Nigeria. Background of the research. In Nigeria, the widespread use of digital technology has transformed from a practical tool to a fundamental social setting. The most technologically active demographic in Nigeria is a young ages between 15 and 34 who have a hybrid social life. One important psychological component influencing interpersonal dynamics in the real world is social media addiction, SMA. Moving to my statement of problem, there is little information on addiction versus functional utility despite high usage levels. So what I'm saying is, what I mean by this first one is the fact that we are running on a digital level, which we never sit down to look at the implication it has on our lives. The second point, in a collectivist culture like Nigeria, unlike the USA, which is individualistic. So the predictive function of relationship quality has received little attention. Now, the empirical data required to support digital awareness and mental health initiative is not available to policy making. My method. Number one, I design cross-sectional quality survey. We have 104 young Nigerians between the age of 15 and 34 make up the sample. 2 for measurement, SMAS, or the social media addiction scale of relationship quality, RQS. Analysis method, descriptive statistic, Bayesian correlation, and ordinal logical regression. Okay. Now, data representation. I have the count of the female and the male which answered the questionnaire we rolled out to get the information, the data which we work on. Now, discussion. All right. Now, the problem of the flying blind in a digital age. While Nigeria are among the most active digital users globally, we lacked a clear understanding of the difference between functional utility using tech for work/growth and pathological addiction. Most existing research was Western-centric, ignoring the unique collectivist nature of Nigeria culture. What I'm saying is, the Western-centric, like they use individualist, culture there, while we use collectivist culture. So we will be having differences in our data, which where relationships are the heartbeat of society for them. Without empirical data, Nigerians policymakers had no compass to guide mental health on digital awareness in initiative. The discovery, the social maintenance, the research uncover a summary digital social paradox. Contrary to the global narrative that lonely people use phone more, the data showed that stronger social bond predict higher media addiction. All right, so what I have here in my discussion, the strong tie paradox, higher level of addiction are associated with better relationship based on my data. Dependency results from social media acting as a bridge to uphold valuable relationship, as reported by Etmel 2023. This call to question the social compensation theory, which hold people turn to internet to avoid unhealthy relationship in real life. This is my reference. Then coming to conclusion and recommendation.
Your time is up.
Oh, sorry.
Time is up.
All right.
So can I share my screen and start now, sir?
Wait. Let's finish with him. Okay. So that we have 2 minutes for 3 questions. Thank you for your presentation, Ibiyeye Israel. That was a wonderful presentation. Can you please display the title of the presentation again?
All right.
Title of your work.
Okay, sir. Yeah, is it, sir?
Navigating social media boundaries in modern relationships. Okay. And then from your work, you said you are able to obtain information from 104 students. Were they
Yes, sir.
students of which school?
Yes, and other schools as well.
How many schools what did you consider?
Primarily my school, where we have a lot of friends and influence, and outside of the
What is the name of your institution? What is the name of your institution?
Federal University of Technology, Mina.
Mina, okay.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I want to say is that did you use Google Form to design your questionnaire?
Exactly, that
Or
was
you
used.
okay?
Yes, it was
Then
Google
I will
Form.
say that the sample is too small for you to be able to get the idea. What will I call it now? Inference, for you to make appropriate inference. The sample size is too small. Since you design your questions using Google Form, you should have target about 1,000 or 2,000 respondents.
Yes,
Since
exactly. That was the
and
target
the
initially.
questions are, I don't want to believe the questions are much. How many questions do you have? How many sessions do you have in your questionnaire?
I have about 15 sections where I ask about their age.
15 sessions. I'm not talking of questions, sessions.
Yes.
Sessions.
The sections, they are just 2 sections.
2 sessions. So approximately
Yes.
you have like 30 questions or 20 questions.
Not
And then
up
you should
to
have
20,
okay.
but around that.
You should have target about 2,000 respondents. Since it won't take them much time to fill, that will enable you to get different responses and to guide you in your inference. So it's a good topic, but I will suggest that you give more room to other respondents. Especially you target regions. You allocate a certain percentage of the respondent to southwest, southeast, south, and get different. You see the way people respond to your questions. Okay. Thank you for your presentation. And please, the judges, I would like you to ask questions. If you have any question for the presenter, please ask question now. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry, it's morning here. Good morning.
Yeah.
So well done, Ibi. Well done. That was a very good presentation. And so I have 3 things, and I think is it Dr. Taiwo, the speaker,
Yes.
already mentioned there. You already mentioned some points that I also noticed. So the 3 where I think you were actually lagging was your external validity, which is your generalization. I think you said you conducted it within a specific location, right? Just your school.
It's not location based, but I said where we have larger influence is my school.
That was what you conducted, or you asked all those questions. You elicited all your information just within your school.
Not just within my school, but
okay.
The larger answers we got were from within our influence. For every other persons we met outside, it was difficult to get their response. Of course,
so that
reach out to a lot of groups we belong to, church, mosque, every one of them, but getting their response was
okay. So response rate, you had issues with response rate, you had issues with external validity, and also sample size, which he also mentioned. Sample size was small. So for that, in presenting like this, the best thing to do is include everything in your limitation. So you're acknowledging that. So going forward in your previous, your future projects, once you have limitations like this, challenges like this, always include them in your limitations. So nobody will be able to criticize your work. Even if they criticize your work, you've already acknowledged, oh, there was a problem, there was issues here, there were issues here, and you've already included them in your limitation. So that's my contribution. Well done.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you, ma.
All right. Sincerely, I would like to tell you, in case of every other presenter like you, that this is not what I sent to all of you on Monday or Tuesday thereabout. This is what you just gave us now is called oral poster. Oral poster. You are presenting to us as if it's an oral poster, and you can't present an oral poster within 7 minutes. Take it or leave it. you will never make a good presentation with oral presentation. But if it is poster presentation that I give to you, that you work with, that we've been using when it comes to virtual and when it comes to things like this, because of our time factor. So please be guided in what they gave to you to work with. Don't work with what, because normally if you are going for another thing, this is a disqualification for you.
Yes, sir.
This is a disqualification for you because you did not follow the rules and regulation of the program. Then second to the last of my words to you is this: reference does not come before conclusion and recommendation. Reference does not come. The last thing is reference. The last thing is reference. Then later you now thank the audience and you ask them for question, then you give them answer. Exactly. And it's not necessary you put all your references. You can select just 5 references that you have, that you know that is significant to your presentation. You put it on your slide, on your presentation, and there of you. Then in your introduction you talk briefly, your outro you talk briefly. The most important thing you talk more on is your discussion and your conclusion and your recommendation. That is what we are on this. That is what we are here to listen from you, and little of your methodology. Please, next time follow what they tells you, what the organizer tells you to do. Otherwise, this might be a disqualification for you, because we are starting this thing now. That is why I would never consider it like by my chairman. Please help me to pardon him, because we are just starting, and this is undergraduate setting. Though there's a master's presenter among them who we might be overlooking down, because this program is basically meant for undergraduates. I saw it yesterday. So please, because they are undergraduates and we are trying to encourage them all so that they can be able to do this thing easily when they get to their graduate level. Please, my chairman. All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
We have not been able to ask any question.
Okay.
I want to throw questions to the judges. Please ask question. Anyone that wants to ask him question, so that I can grade him accordingly. Question time, please. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Please
can you hear me?
ask questions.
Can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Mr. Well done for the presentation. So,
Thank
however,
you.
I just want to comment a little bit concerning your methodology. So, if you
Okay.
can quickly go down to your methodology.
I'm there.
Okay. So, Dr. Taiwo has actually talked about the sample size that we have actually taken.
Yeah.
When the sample size is too small, okay, the first thing to do is to know the total population. From there is a methodology that you can use in order to select the correct sample size. Because if the sample size is too small, you will not be able to get the correct information. So if it is too small,
Yes, sir.
and if it's too large, B is waste of resources. So there is need for you to estimate the expected sample size to be taken from your target population. Okay, that is number one. So number two is your methodology. No, mind you, it is count data. So that is all your information you are going to collect. So they are count data. Yeah, descriptives will be useful in some aspect of the methodology, but in terms of the inferential aspect of it, well, if peradventure you have presented your methodology very well, because you only mention, I think there should be mathematics of those methodology. Another method that is missing from your methodology is the chi-square. So chi-square should be part of your methodology in order to ascertain the relationship, the association. So in that case, that methodology is incomplete. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
so that is what I can see from that methodology. Another thing is your presentation of your results. You only presented the graphical, male and female. In fact, I don't know what you want us to derive from here. So the main aspect of your result, of your presentation, as far as the analysis is concerned, is incomplete. You only talk about the ordinary logistics, no analysis on it, no mathematical methodology on it. Analysis, interpretation of your results from there is not there. So your presentation of results is incomplete. Okay, and it can be seen from your conclusion as well. So in your next presentation, either in your school, please work on that. The main aspect that the spectator want to see is your methodology, analysis, and what you are able to come up with. Okay, so
yes, sir. Noted, sir.
wants to work on that.
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, and thank you, Dr. Adejumo. I noticed that we are just we are trying to guide him or correct him on what he has done. We have not been able to ask him questions. So let me throw my question, the first question to him. My first question, Ade Ibiyeye Israel.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You said you use discrete statistics, you use Pearson correlation coefficient and ordinal logistic equation. Now,
Yes, sir.
when do we use ordinal logistic equation?
When it is non-parametric, when the data are given, it is either ordinal or nominal. So we use non-parametric.
Parametric. So I wanted to counter you straight there that you missed it.
What did you say, sir?
You said when you want to use non-parametric test. So you mentioned non-parametric.
Yes, I said we use ordinal when the data is not much, like the sample size that we have.
No. You said something that makes sense the other time, but the other one, that was what I tried to cancel you there straight. But you mentioned when you have data is in order.
Is
data.
Ordinal or nominal?
Ordinal, yes, I understand that. But you mentioned non-parametric. That's what I said. Why did you say non-parametric? So what is your dependent variable and independent variable in this study?
My dependent variable
is what?
Is the addiction to social media.
So how do you categorize the addiction?
I have it here. After
you just tell me, since you are the one that did it.
Yes.
Just mention. I can't see it, but tell me.
Okay. So after running the analysis, I categorize.
Just mention the categories of the addition.
I have weak
relationship,
neutral relationship, strong relationship, very strong relationship.
That's what I want to hear. Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. You have answered my question.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Sorry, I have a question, dear.
Yes. Thank you.
Just keep it on this slide. Can you interpret your p-values?
All right. My p-values, what I have here, for my p-values, whenever is sorry, let me put it there back, is less than 0.05, that means it is significant, then I can accept it. It's statistically significant.
So what are you accepting?
I'm accepting that the relationship is neutral. For this beta to be here, I have 0 and my p-value to be 0.0. It indicates that the relationship is neutral. Like there's relationship between the addiction to social media and the relationship between people, like, and their personal relationship. I mean their emotional relationship. So there is a correlation between that.
Okay. Going forward, you can also extend it to your confidence interval,
to see if
it contains 1 or not. So sometimes researchers always want to go beyond p-values. You can also include confidence interval to see if your result, if it includes 1 or not. And it's further, I think it further justifies if it's significant or not. It's just a suggestion, you know.
No, noted, sir.
Okay.
Noted, ma. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me have just one question from you.
Yes.
So what are scale of measurement? Can you outline it? The scale of measurement.
Scale of measurement.
Yes.
Okay. If I get you correctly, what I have here are these.
He's asking you to mention the scale of measurement.
I said you should mention them.
That I'm using my p-value. Those are my scale of measurement here.
No. Yeah, that means you don't understand the question. It's a simple question that we ask 100-level student or 1 student in an exam when you are doing integration statistics.
Even the scale of measurement is even
inside
the methodology.
You even mentioned 2 of them. You've mentioned the 2 of them. You mentioned 2 out of them.
Okay, nominal and ordinal.
That means you don't understand scale of measurement.
Not and. They are up to 4.
So
nominal.
Thank you for your presentation.
But what I use is ordinal.
I will move to the next presenter. Please, I want to mention the next presenter.
Summary,
okay. Who is Paul, Ifeanyi, are you back? Are you with us now?
I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me, sir?
Paul, Ifeanyi.
Yes, I'm back with you, sir.
Ifeanyi.
I'm ready to. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I can hear you, sir. Can I? Okay.
Ifeanyi is not with us. Olaguju Emi, Olajide.
Sorry, Ifeanyi is it? Sorry, I thought he was the
one
responding.
I can hear. I'm the one responding. I can hear you.
It's yes, me, so yeah. You can go ahead. Are you Paul?
Are
you Paul?
Yes, I'm Paul. Yes, Paul.
Ifeanyi, okay, yeah, please, you can go ahead.
Please go ahead. You need to share your screen so that you can see what you're presenting.
Okay, so can you see it now?
Yeah, I think so. It's displaying.
Okay, let me put it in more for your mode.
Okay, yeah, you can see it.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, my name is Anide Polifine. My institution is Department of Statistics, University of Nigeria, and Nsukka. My topic is the impact of social media usage on depressive tendencies, evidence from logistic regression analysis. Some abstracts. This study investigates the relationship between social media usage and depressive tendencies using a logistic regression framework. The dataset consists of survey responses capturing behavioral and psychological factors such as worry levels, social media usage patterns, and organization context. Data preprocessing involved handling missing values, missing mode imputation, and then encoding categorical variables using one hot encoder. Then multicollinearity among predictors was assessed using the variance inflation factor, that's VIF. Highly correlated variables were removed to ensure model stability. The results revealed that worry level and specific organization categories, which is specific, then particularly universities and company settings, significantly increased the likelihood of depressive tendencies. Now, conversely, being a salary worker and belonging to school environment were associated with reduced odds of depressive symptoms. These findings highlight the importance of contextual and psychological factors in understanding the impact of social media on mental health. Now, the introduction. The rapid growth of social media usage has raised concern about its potential effects on mental health. Behavioral factors such as excessive engagement, social comparison, and emotional responses to online interactions have been linked to depressive symptoms. This to this study aims to statistically examine this relationship and identify the most influential factors contributing to depressive tendencies using logistic regression analysis. So now the methodology. Okay, let me slide down. The study utilized a survey data set containing information of social media usage and mental health indicators containing about 481 observations and 19 features slash predictors to be precise. Then exploratory data analysis was done to identify distributions and further understand the data set. The missing values in the data set were handled using mode imputation. It was handled specifically for one predictor, which is the category. Okay, so okay, categorical variables were transformed into numerical form using one-hot encoding. Then outliers were assessed using box plots and the interquartile range method. Multicollinearity was evaluated using variance inflation factor (VIF), and variables with high VIF values were removed iteratively. Logistic regression model was fitted to predict depressive tendencies. Model performance was evaluated using confusion matrix. Odd ratios were computed to interpret the effects of predictors. Now, the results from the whole thing. The logistic regression results identify worry level and organizational type as the most influential predictors of depressive tendencies. Individuals associated within universities and company environments exhibited significantly higher odds of experiencing depressive symptoms compared to the reference category. Additionally, the increased worry levels were strongly associated with higher likelihood of depressive outcomes. In contrast, now, being a salary worker, and belonging to school environments were associated with reduced odds of depressive tendencies, indicating potential protective effects. Multicollinearity diagnostic showed improved model stability after removing highly correlated values. Okay. Okay, now very closely, these are my based on my exploratory data analysis. I made some few plots we can see here. The first is on the class balance. We looked at this as we had a kind of a, a about 30% of people there were not depressed, and about 70% of it were depressed. I look at the distribution of the age as well. We can look at from 20 to about 30. We had a higher range. That was where the population more came from. And very quickly, let me just go to. I'll come back to the shots now. Discussion. The findings indicate that both contextual and psychological factors play a significant role in depressive tendencies. The strong association between worry levels and depressive symptoms suggests that emotional responses to social media interactions are critical determinants of mental health outcomes. The variation observed across organizational types highly highlights the importance of environmental context, with some settings increasing risk, while others appears to offer protective effects. These results are consistent with existing studies emphasizing the psychological impact of digital engagement. Now, conclusion. The study demonstrates that worry levels and organizational context are key predictors of depressive tendencies in the context of social media usage. University and company environments were associated with increased risk, while being a salary worker and belonging to schools environments showed protective effects. The result underscored the need for increased awareness of mental health risk associated with social media and highlights the importance of targeted interventions. Now, my acknowledgement, I want to acknowledge but before I go to that, let me just take time to explain little of my drafts and my exploratory analysis I've made here. At first, they were actually class imbalance, which I already stated earlier. Then I look at the distribution of the ages, and I look at when I checked for the correlation coefficient. This is let me just make it more magnified. So we as closely as some had relationship already, something like restless without social medias and that of social media distractions. There are kind of little collinearity here, multicollinearity. So when I used the variance inflation factor to check it, I saw that values like purposeless social media usage had higher values than 10. And then I think the highest here is about distraction level, which is looking at around 20. So after noticing this, I have to remove them, dropped it, and I was left with just I was 5 values now for my predictors. So I modeled just 5 values after removing the multiple unity variables. Now closing here at my odds ratios, those are the ones that are performed that has more significance in predicting depressive tendencies. One is cognition, people from universities and company, and then worry level. Those are the top ones here. Then the ones that does not much, that didn't contribute more to having tendencies of going depressed, occupation status, and salary workers. I use the confusion matrix to look how my model performed properly. So looking at the true positive, at the false positive, and then the true positive. Zero here is is that the model predicted that they won't go depressed, and truly they didn't go depressed. So those are my false positive. Then the false negative, that is 13, it predicted that it will go depressed. It will not go depressed, and it actually went depressed. So the last one is the true positive, which is 1 1. So he predicted 62 variables, 62 responses that were rightly predicted. They truly went depressive. And then he predicted wrongly 7 that did not go depressive. So one of my biggest limitations were actually on the class imbalance, and then could actually, since it's a survey data, there could actually be a lapses or kind of a bias in regards to people's giving their opinions out. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. That was a very, very, very impressive presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Are you a postgraduate student or undergraduate student?
I'm undergraduate, 400 level, sir.
Undergraduate student, okay, 400
Yes,
level. Because
yes.
I can see some terminologies that you use. I was not expecting someone in 100 level or ND to mention them. So thank you for your presentation. Be fine. Now, I don't know whether other judges have question, comment, or observation. But let me give them a chance to speak. Okay, what I want to talk about is that literature says that when you have multi-connectivity problem in your data set, don't remove the predictors that are causing multi-connectivity problem.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
there are other methods of estimating or carrying out your logistic regression without removing the variables that are causing multi-connectivity. Okay, I don't know whether you are familiar with them. So when you want to do your actual project, the thesis, you can expand more of this work you have done. Instead of removing these variables, go and consider those estimation method that you can use. Okay, so it's not always appropriate to remove the variables that are causing multi-connectivity because they may have very important information to for your study. Instead of removing them, they might be contributing. Okay, so that's just my observation. Then you did not indicate whether you use binary or ordinal or multinomial.
Since it's a logistic regression, I use binary. So it's predicting
binary.
Just 0, which
I wanted to ask because if you are talking about depression, the first category should be: are you depressed or not? Yes or no? It should be yes or no, right?
Yes, that is also what it means.
I'm talking of your why. I'm talking of your why.
Exactly, yes. Which is my depressed. Yes, the depressed binary. That's my depressed binary.
That's what I'm saying. The binary is in yes or no, right?
Yes, but since I'm using I have to encode it to be 0 and 1 because
I see the same. We are saying the same thing. 0 is representing no. Or
can you allow him to teach you instead of you talking? Because you are saying the same thing. You are saying the same thing. Allow him to talk. He's a lecturer.
Okay, sir.
Calm down.
Sorry.
I also need you to give information that you use. Did you use which one is why? Which one is yes? Which one is no? Is this 0 that is no, and 1 that is yes?
0 is no, sir. Then 1 means yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, you have answered the question. So
Thank you, sir.
let other judges talk. Hello, please ask a contribute, comment, contribution, question. Dr. Adejimo, are you still with us, sir? Dr. Adejimo.
He's online, but I think he might be battling with a network because
Maybe
most
it's
people are going
muted.
on and off. It's only you and him that is available now as the judge.
Okay, can I ask him a question?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, Mr. Paul, Ifeanyi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, this study, I can extend it to ordinary logistic regression, where I will categorize my Y to be no depression, mere depression, then highly depressed. Low, okay, let me put it this way. No depression, low depression, moderate depression, and high depression.
Yes,
In that case,
yes.
I can use ordinary logistic regression. I still maintain my predictors as my X's. Do you agree with me?
I very much agree with that. At least you make it more specific because.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with that, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
So I also want you to, when you are doing logistic regression, also consider
Yes,
chi-square. Chi-square.
okay, sir.
Most of the time when someone is carrying out analysis using logistic regression, you can also use chi-square to see the relationship between your variables. You know, they are categorized. The X, the X means depression, you categorize it already. Then the other predictors, you categorize them. Okay,
Yes,
so you can also use chi-square to see the relationship. All right.
So I'll definitely do such a recommendation.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you very much,
And
sir.
all right. So next presenter. Next presenter is Olagunju Erin Olajide. That is the last person for session 1. Are you there? Olagunju Erin Olajide? Olagunju Erin Olajide? Okay, if you are not available, what of Osia Trust Precious? Osia Trust Precious. Folaomi Waris Odunayo. I have moved to session 2 now. Folaomi Waris Odunayo. Azizat Abdul Majid. Zinab Alabamu. Oh. Okay, what of Wisdom? Wisdom has not presented before from session 1. Wisdom, are you with us now? It seems these people are not available. Dr. Opeyemi,
I think what will happen is that we allow let me see if our presenter, our speaker is available. If our speaker is available. Oh, yeah. You know, I think what is really happening affecting a lot of people is the network. So they are going on and off. So maybe next time we'll be using Google Meets instead of Zoom. A lot of people are complaining that it's too strong for them to use via their network. So I think let me reach out to the speaker so that the speaker will come aboard and deliver his own speech so that you people can grade the first session, and every other people that you know.
Out of 5 presenters in session 1, only 2 presented.
That doesn't
so
mean
okay.
If it's the most important thing is that just that we need first and second in the first group. That means the 2 of them are first and second. So the next group, they will be fighting for their, or as it may be, the thing is on you. So I can't decide for you. So let me call the speaker and see, because he was online now. I don't know why he went off. My chairman, sir, Adedeji is online.
I'm with you.
Adedeji is Abdulsalam. Adedeji is online. Hello, Kunle.
Okay.
Hello.
Abdulsalam.
Let's go offline now. Okay. What they just work about the present by. But that one about the present. Mr. Chair, please, once the speaker come in, after the 2 presenter, Wisdom and Adedeji that just joined,
Do we have Wisdom now?
Wisdom is there, but Wisdom will not present now until Adedeji come in before Wisdom. So Abdulsalam Adedeji. Abdulsalam Adedeji. Is he in group 1? Is Abdulsalam Adedeji in group 1?
Sorry, I presented for Abdulsalam Adedeji, like we are in the same group.
Okay. Wisdom, let's give the room for Wisdom. Wisdom, come on board. Wisdom, if you're having challenges, let me know so that someone else can come in.
Yeah, so I'm still having challenges.
Okay, our speaker, please come on board, please. Thank you.
Is that me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, so I'll say again, thank you for the opportunity to speak to everyone again. I think the topic I'll be speaking on is social media, trust, relationship dynamics in digital age. Am I correct? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's very important we first of all understand that we are in a very advantageous generation, because social media has helped to make a lot of things quite easy at this time. And the implication is communication is faster, knowledge is shared faster, people can get to know things faster compared to previous age. And if even in this age, number of your social media followers is an asset now at this point in time. and it makes you who you are. In fact, in the next couple of years, that will be the new oil in terms of money making. So, I know AI is also part of it, because AI is now driving a lot of things in social media. So, as statisticians, since this is a forum for statisticians, the question is how we are able to explore the power of social media to communicate, the new knowledge that we are putting out there. And, our profession is about numbers. And it's not just about, the days where we only deal with chi-square, F-test, logistic regression and stuff like that. The question is the application of this knowledge to the generation that we are in. And that is why, we must understand the place of the knowledge that we have and how to communicate it. With good publicity, your knowledge can go very wide. Like the person that just, presented a few minutes ago was able to show some very, good statistics. Before now, that will only be on the PowerPoint presentation in a single all. But now I'm in the US, and we're all over the world seeing that knowledge, and people are able to ask key questions. That question informs the next research on how we can improve our study of depression, that is what social media can do, and it is doing. But one key thing that we need to note is, our identity. Exactly who are you behind the scene and in front of the scene? Your identity determines what you are putting out there. People steal knowledge, people steal ideas, people steal information about you. People present falsehood. If you have an idea and you don't utilize it immediately, somebody can steal it and put it out there, and the person claims it. However, as statisticians, we need to be genuine with ourselves, and we need to be very prompt in this generation. What that essentially means is that don't make sure the knowledge you are sharing is real. That's the first thing. You are actually done the research. You're not duplicating or stealing somebody's idea. You're not plagiarizing. Rather, you've done the research and you are able to put out that knowledge as real as it is. Now, the people that access it immediately may not be many. Some very good videos have like 1 or 2 people looking at them. But once it is out there, you have to understand the fact that this is going to go very wide. That is why you have to be very, very sure of the knowledge you are putting out there, that research you have done that you are putting out there. You have to be very, very sure about it. Now, privacy is very important, but we must be very transparent. Privacy in this sense is ownership. Privacy in this sense is whom you are behind the scene. People say a lot of things and do a lot of things behind the scene, as normal people. But we are researchers. We are people that deal with knowledge. We are the one that manage the world, because the information we give them is what drives decision making across the world. So you must guide your knowledge very well. You cannot just put everything outside there, because what you put outside there can determine a lot of things. You need your knowledge is genuine. People will come after it. People will use it to drive research. People in the world today, one single research can be cited in almost how many countries. They call it foundational research. Why? Because people pick your knowledge and use it to do more research. That's findings from your study. People take it and use to do more research, and those things are very genuine. That is what determines the number of people that can view your work. Today, I want to believe that in many Nigerian universities, as it is here as well in the US, your social media presence is becoming an asset for your research. So You must be genuine about it. You must establish core relationships with people out there. So don't be a statistician in your school alone. You have to interact with other statisticians, and that is why platforms like LinkedIn, some Facebook groups, some X groups are very important, because when you're on them and you're making contributions, people go look at those places to find some important knowledge, some important contributions, some people that have very genuine thoughts because of the work they have done. When you go there, you're able to see what others have done that can also serve as a foundation for what you have done. No research is isolated. Every research is connected. That means that if you are saying 1 + 1 is equal to 2, somebody else has been able to say somewhere that 1 + 1, can be equal to half, can be equal to something. So that implies that you have to build relationships digitally. You have to connect other people. You have to know where they are in their research. You have to look at their information. You have to make contributions. And as you do that, but doing it based on what you have known yourself, it's helpful because it will boost your career, it will take you to the next phase of your career. Then, trust is very important, and accountability. We must build trust in exploring the power of social media. We must know, you must know whom you are talking to, you must understand your own role, your relationship with other people, because there are so many things people are doing with social media today, and you don't want to get into all of that. The place of accountability is also very important. Who are you accountable to? Accountability in this sense is who is able to check your work, who is able to, can you have 1 or 2 people that can, validate what you are putting out there at some point in time? Because if you are not accountable, you're going to fall into this trap of negative views. If what you're putting there is faulty, has some things to correct, people are going to, they call it drag, they will question you and critique you negatively, give you reviews and things like that, which can hamper or disturb your career. So, but when you have other people, working with you, going through your work with you, it's very easy for you to, present your thought out there. Don't just pick things and put. That's why I don't say because nobody is seeing me, I can stand behind my computer and just post stuff. Everything is possible. Even the presentation that the young man just made now, that it can be posted on any social media. And people will start reviewing it. People will start looking at it, and that is the power of social media. So you must trust yourself. You must trust the people you're working with, and you must be accountable. Don't just go out there and put things there. Your knowledge is powerful. It needs to be shared. There is no knowledge that is wasted. But you must be sure that you have people working with you. The traditional thing we do is before you publish anything, it goes through levels of reviews and levels of reviews. We cannot stop all of that in this social media age. Even as we explore, the provisions that this generation has made available for us to communicate our thoughts, our ideas better to the world around us. The only key thing is that you must trust, the people around you, and you must let yourself be held accountable. Also know that it's the trust that you have that will help them to share your work. Now, you may not have too many people in your circle, in your network, but when you build trust and you're accountable, other people can push your work out and gain more publicity for you, which are the advantage of social media. That is where trust and accountability really comes in. There is no little research. Your research, your analysis can go a long way. The question is how reliable is what you are putting out there. If people can trust you, they believe in what you have shared out there, they don't mind sharing it further. And that increases your publicity, increases the spread of your knowledge.
And then, you must also take, what do you call it now? Take ownership of that knowledge in some way, like maybe trademarking it or putting something there so that it's linked back to you in the long run. I know social media companies have already worked around those dimensions and algorithm so that, even if they share your work, they still know it is you that shared it, but that's why, before that work is shared, it needs to go further. And lastly, I'm looking at establishing healthy personal boundaries online. We must establish boundaries online. What do you share on your page? As a statistician, what other things comes on your timeline? That goes a long way to influence the kind of people that you attract to your timeline, to your page, because you want the correct people. It shows the kind of image of yourself that people see when they look at you. Social media is powerful. In fact, if you observe, if you spend, I think, maybe about 5 seconds on a particular view, subsequently they'll be sending you that kind of views over and over again, which means you have to guide what you view online. And you must establish that boundary for yourself, for you to be able to excel using the social media age. As a researcher, as people in this generation, what do you view? Who are your friends? Who are your people that are liking your work? That goes a long way. If your goal is to propagate your research, your ideas, your thoughts, then you must be sure to draw that boundary of what people can see when they come to your page. It's not just about doing research. It's not just about having a page. It's not just about being sure about it. How you also use your media also, but that's why you must be disciplined. You must be disciplined. It's your discipline determines, and today, talk about a lot of things that flies around on social media, a lot of negative stories, lies, all those things. And the other bit about it, don't compete with comedians, don't compete with other people. You need to compete with yourself. What that means essentially is, and I've spoken to a couple of YouTube people in the past, don't do a negative image creation. It has a wrong implication. So if you're in the media world, you're an actor, you're an actress, and they do that a lot. They create negative image to gain people to their page and things like that. After that, a lot of producers start calling them because they are the reigning people. As statisticians, we can do better. We can do better. What that means is that you don't have to create a negative image. If you are posting consistently and posting the right information consistently, you will be known as well. It's about consistency, it's about continuity, it's about the people that are on your likes, that are sharing your information. Those are the key things that needs to be. And if you draw a line for yourself that, what I want to project myself as a statistician. When the opportunity comes, they want to do a grant and things like that. They pick people based on I'm sure some of us a lot of us are on LinkedIn. You will see that organizations go and search LinkedIn, search X, search all those places for people that have specific skills. So once they search you up, once they put in the algorithm that they want, your page, based on the information you have put in, is going to pop up. And that is what exposes you to the world. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but at a point in time, they will locate you and they will identify you. And you always pop up in those algorithms. And that is based on the boundary that you have set for yourself in terms of what is on your page and what people watch and what people see. We are in a very dynamic generation, and we must build that relationship. You don't have to stay in your school alone. Like I said, social media has given you the opportunity to relate with people all over the world with your research. If you are putting out that knowledge, somebody's going to comment on it. And when they comment on it, it's going to generate ideas and stuff like that. And you don't know how valuable that knowledge is. Sometimes criticism is good. It helps you to improve on the quality of what you have done. Visibility is nice, but you have to draw a boundary for yourself. So as a statistician, the question we should ask ourselves is, how are we exploring this generation, the social media that we have here? How are we building trust? How are we building relationship with other people across the world? And guess what? Our statistical work is everywhere. For example, now I'm a biostatistician. I'm into public health. Okay, you can be a statistician and you're into mining, into petroleum and stuff like that. Even at all these other junctions, we can still interrelate. It's all about the relationship we build. That is the advantage that social media brings to us as statisticians. It helps us to know the reigning trend. For example, the young man that I saw now, he presented on logistic regression, and then the lecturer was telling him that, you can use other methods. These are the things that media provide. So I think I'll stop here and I'll say thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. Social media is very important. Build trust, build relationship in this digital age, and it will take you very far. Thank you so much.
Right, everybody, on behalf of everybody in the house, I'd like to say thank you for the beautiful speech. And if you have a question, especially students, if you have a question you want to ask Dr. Akerele, and or you want to send him your account details, please kindly see me after the meeting, because he is capable and synthetic enough to drop balance. So please, if you have a question, to be precise, kindly symbolize by raising up. You go to the reaction button. Okay, Paul, I know you're there. All right, go ahead, please.
Just one second. Okay, so my question is regarding, I don't know if you can hear me, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so you talked about relationship and what we post and how we can improve our social media handles. I have a LinkedIn account and all these things, even though they are not much engaging that much. I just want to know, how do you think one can build a responsible or disciplined manner, a way that he posts regularly? And we have to also look at for internship, because sometimes I've posted for long, I've looked for sorts of places, and somehow it's difficult to get what is even legit online. Even to some extent, I'm even questioning, are you sure that this LinkedIn self, people still get job from there? So how do you how do you advise somebody how to manage social media precisely, and then how to even post precisely? Maybe we're not getting it right. I don't know if you get my question, sir.
Yeah, I understand your question. The question, if I get right, is how do you, enhance or explore the power of LinkedIn and social media, correct?
Exactly.
To ensure that
Exactly,
your visibility is out there, right?
yes, sir.
Is that the
Exactly.
question? Yeah. You see, the social media has its power, and I've tried to explain it to us as statisticians. Now, it requires consistency. It requires relationship, which means that when you put out your information out there, okay, who is checking it? Who are your friends on social media? And did you comment on other people's relationship? The truth is, whatever you put out there is already there, and people are seeing it. People may not like it, people may not look at it, but the algorithm ensures that that whatever you put out there goes wide. You understand? And people are looking at it. So yours is to, at least what I would say is, start from your circle first. Your friends, and how many of them are even your friends on social media? Okay? Because your friend has a friend, and the friend of your friend has a friend, and stuff like that. And when your friends can repost it, and these things are not done, like this. It is mechanical. People have friends and friends and friends. They build that relationship, and based on what they build, it goes further and further and further. So don't doubt any social media. The key thing is your consistency and your network. If those two meet, okay, you would explore the power of social media. I don't know if I answered your question. Make that clarity.
If I will add to that, our speaker, Paul,
Yes,
I know you did, Paul. Let me explain something that might still help you. Don't always post negative things that is senseless on social media. Whatever you are posting is building your image and your character. I can send you my my TikTok account. If you go look at it, TikTok itself called me a lecturer. I don't post myself being a lecturer on TikTok, but the only thing I will speak, what I speak most times on TikTok, you can't see me dancing, you can't see me carrying a baby dancing, you can't see me seeking for followers. The only thing I can do is when I realize that I did a powerful speech, they themselves, they will come to me, they will even give me like a percentage down that, okay, do you want to promote this work? And what I'm saying is the more you keep, like our speaker has said, anything in life has to do with consistency. And what's one thing with social media is if you post something that is meaningful, you might think people are not reading your post. Let me just be sincere with you. You might think people are not viewing your post. Let me be sincere with you. A lot are viewing your post. A lot. There was a day I posted something on my Facebook account. Facebook never showed me the number of people that viewed it. But the day I saw it, I told myself, I said, wow, if I posted rubbish, this is how 2,000 people would have viewed rubbish and believe the rubbish I've posted. And moreover, even if you yourself, you are viewing rubbish, please don't, out of that rubbish, like I always say to some people, out of nonsense, there is sense. Don't pick the nonsense, pick the sense. Out of the sense, use it to develop your own sensible information. So out of nonsense, there is always a sense. Basically, if you are spelling nonsense now, let's say you want to spell nonsense, don't you encounter sense? Sense is there.
Exactly.
So out of the sense in the nonsense, stop your own sense and put it to the word. Sell it. You can like what when I go to America, I realized that people were always saying they always tell lie. But what I tell people myself, I said, I would rather buy lie and sell the truth. Because when they are selling that lie to you, they will believe, oh, they have made it. But you, if you build on that lie and cultivate it and make it a truth, and when you are selling it, if they sell the lie to you $5,000, you will be able to sell it $10,000 because you have an experience that I can explain to you. I remember there was a time I drove to Atlanta, my car almost got burnt. I sold the car to a dealer. A car I bought $11,000. I sold it $2,000 to a dealer. But do you know the sense I learned there is that in every situation of life, no matter what it may, don't ever decide when you are angry. Anger does not produce any good thing. It produces a regret. But ever since then, till now, the car I'm using, if I tell you, I'm from upgrade to downgrade, but I'm still achievable with the car I'm using. Well, if it's those days, I would have sold the car, I would have bought another one. But one thing is that learn from the force they sold to you, make it a true. Then you can sell it to the world. Then you became.
Thank you very much, sir.
Any other person with question? Any other person with question? In the absence of no other person, I think we need to move on because our time is going, and we're almost in 2 hours already. Wisdom, are you available now? Wisdom is not even in the house. Dr. Fayoshe, are you there? Dr. Fayoshe, I think we need to move on to the second session because the chairman for the second session also is not available. So, Dr. Adejuma, please, can you chair this second session, please?
Good afternoon, everyone, once again. So, I'm Dr. Adejuma. The second session is titled Digital Boundaries, Emotional Responsibilities, and Healthy Relationship. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So, hope the presenter will, the presenters, are they around?
Yes, some of them are around. Anybody who's not around, we are not waiting for anybody. We are going ahead.
Folahome Waris Odunayo. Are you around? Azizat Abdul Majid and Alabamu Isipe Zainab. So anyone who's around, so kindly signify. So the first person I'm having here is Folahome Waris Odunayo. Are you there?
So Wisdom is ready. Oh yeah, Wisdom. So go ahead. You have the floor.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's actually Wisdom Chijindu from the Department of Federal Statistics, University of Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I'm a 200 level student of statistics. So my paper presentation title is social media usage pattern and romantic relationship status, a machine learning analysis. Then over to the abstract. So social media has become the fundamental component of modern romantic relationship, yet there is a great methodological gap which remains in the use of predictive modeling to forecast relationship conflicts. While traditional research has relied on simple correlation analysis, this study is trying to adopt a machine learning approach to model the complex interplay between social media behaviors and relationship outcomes. The key factors which we are examining were privacy discomfort, perceived boundary violation. A questionnaire was designed and we had about 132 responses with 71 variables, and the machine learning models that were used were logistics regression, random forest, and support vector machine, which is an SVM. They were evaluated using accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. Then over to the introduction. Social media has become a central component of modern relationship. Platforms such as X, Twitter, and Facebook increasingly shape couples and communication, express affection, and determines how misunderstandings are resolved. Therefore, enhancing relationship satisfaction. We also notice that social media also introduces jealousy, digital surveillance, and privacy concern, and also misinterpretation of couples' behaviors online. And prior research indicate that social networking sites uses both strengthening and undermining relationship qualities, with trust and perceived security acting as key moderating factors. Then, despite these insights, most existing studies rely on traditional real statistics approach and tend to examine behavioral variable in isolation. This limits the ability to capture the complex, multidimensional, and social media interaction within relationship. To address this gap, this present study applies supervised machine learning classification models to examine whether patterns of digital boundaries behavior can collectively predict and differentiate romantic relationship status. Then over to the methodology. Data collection, like I said earlier, a structured online questionnaire capturing social media usage and romantic relationship dynamics was administered, and we had 132 responses. Data processing, the data was cleaned, and then 32 entirely null columns were removed. Then 2 relationship length variables were merged, and 46 missing entries were imputed using the model 1 to 5 years due to categorical nature of the future. The timestamp column from the online questionnaire was removed also. Then likely scales response were encoded as ordinal integers, while normal variables such as gender and platform preferences were one-hotted coded. Then the final data set considered of 132 observations and 25 futures. Then we have further engineering and selection. Ordinal variables like likely response, age group, usage preferences were mapped to integer scales, while nominal variables were one-hotted encoded to avoid implicit ordering. Further selections were performed through a combination of domain knowledge and elimination of prudent or flow information variables, reducing the dimensionality from 71 to 25 features. Then model selection. Like I mentioned earlier, 3 supervised classification algorithms were employed, which is the logistics regression, which serves as the baseline linear model with interpretable coefficients. We have the random forest, which ensembles model capturing nonlinear feature interactions and the initial configuration. That's about 100 estimators. Then we have support vector machine, which is SVM for nonlinear decision boundaries. Then evaluation framework. Given the relative small sample size, models were evaluated using 5-fold cross-validation to ensure robustness and reduce variance. Performance was assessed using accuracy, precision, recall, and F1, which I mentioned earlier. To complete predictive modeling, Pearson correlation analysis was conducted on the numerical encoded variables to examine pairwise associations with relationship outcomes, acknowledging the treatment of ordinal likely scales data as approximations. Then over to results. Here we have the results of the 3 models and their accuracy, precision, recall, and F1, the 3 categories where they are tested on. And looking here, we see that random forest achieved the highest accuracy, indicating strong ability to capture nonlinear relationship status. Then logistics regression produced the most balanced prediction with highest F1 score, which is 0.7381. Then SVM underperformed, likely due to database size and sensitivity to feature scaling. Then over the table 2 here has top correlated features with relationship status. Then we have about the features are age, partner monitoring frequency, sharing without consent, opinion, open social media behavior discussion, length of relationship, partners commitment, doubt, uncomfortable private communication, TikTok usage, and S usage. Then the behavioral variable shows stronger relationship than platform usage. Then age is the strongest predictor from the analysis, which is moderate negative correlation. Then most social media behaviors is a bit weak but meaningful association. Then table 3 shows key insights and findings. The best model, which is random forest, capturing nonlinear behavioral patterns. Most balanced model, which is the logistics regression with highest F1 score. Then the weakest model is SVM, due to sensitive to database size and structure. Then the strongest predictor is the age. Behavioral insights, which is monitoring and behavioral validations, matters more than platform choices when it comes to relationship. Then platform impact, minimal productive and power. Then and the rest. Then let me move over to the discussion. The machine learning model can predict romantic relationship status from social media behavioral data with moderate to good accuracy of up to 77.50%, demonstrating meaningful predictive signal in digital interaction patterns. The random forest model had performed logistics regression, suggesting that the relationship between social media behaviors and relationship outcomes is largely nonlinear, involving complex interactions among behavioral indicators such as monitoring, boundary management, and communication patterns. Logistics regression, despite slightly lower accuracy, achieved a higher F1 score, reflecting a balanced trade-off between precision and recall. This indicates that linear relationships still explain a substantial portion of variance, showing that simpler models retain exploratory value alongside more complex approaches. This study that's talking about limitation, but which is meant to be last. So on conclusion, it shows that this study demonstrates that machine learning models can predict romantic relationship status from social media behavioral data with meaningful accuracy. Random forest achieved the highest accuracy.
Yeah, our chair. Over to you. Okay. In the absence of our chairman, Dr. Fayoshe, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Social media usage pattern and the romantic relationship status. A machine learning approach. Okay. Right done. Nice topic. Nice topic. Must have used. I listened to your presentation. You mentioned the random forest. You also mentioned this. Remind me. Decision tree. Did you use decision tree?
No. I didn't make use of it. I use random forest, support vector machine, SVM,
random forest, yes.
And then logistics regression. You say?
Logistics regression. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to mention you mentioned forest. Hello.
I'm with you, sir.
Okay. From the result of the random forest, you mentioned one key thing which I can't remember now. You said the one that is contributing most.
The random forest.
Can you please tell us? Okay, can you summarize? Just tell me about just summary abstract of your work. Just
okay. From the summary, random forest achieved the highest accuracy.
Abstract. The abstract. The abstract talks about the title, the methodology, and the results. So can you please just tell me about your abstract?
Okay. Social media has become a fundamental component of modern romantic relationship. Yet, a significant methodological gap remains in the use of predictive modeling to forecast relationship conflict. While traditional researchers normally rely on simple correlation analysis, this study tends to adopt a machine learning approach to model the complex interplay between social media behaviors and relationship outcomes. Key behavioral factors examined include partner monitoring, privacy discomfort, and perceived boundary violation. A structured questionnaire was used to collect 132 responses from which 71 from which was reduced to 71. Three classification algorithms were used, which were logistics regression, which serve as the baseline, random forest, and then support vector machine, SVM, were evaluated using accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. In addition, correlation analysis was conducted to examine individual association between variables, complementing the multivariate modeling approach. The results demonstrate that predicting relationship.
Thank you. I've gone through it myself now. And what I want to say is that your abstract is too wordy. It's too worded. If I'm not mistaken. So it's too worded. As a reviewer, if I'm to review this paper, if you submit it for journal, I will be discouraged because it's too wordy. It's too worded. Okay, that's number one. But I like the fact that you use machine learning approach to carry out analysis. And you mentioned to the other time, but in this your abstract now, I can see three. And you concluded that a random forest method gave you the highest precision value. And coupled with the traditional correlation method. I want to congratulate you for this presentation, and I look forward to I want to encourage you that going forward, you can expand this your study because number one, the sample size is too small. Just the way I told the other presenter, the first presenter. When you are carrying out this kind of general research and you are using questionnaire method, okay, you should have your back of your mind that you should have large, you should consider large sample. Large sample. It's very important that you consider large sample and give it wider coverage, not for a specific region. Give it wider coverage so that your inference can be more accurate. Okay, that is one. Number two, the result of your analysis. I was thinking I will see on your conclusion. I did not see more of what you did in logistic regression. Maybe I'm not following you well. You didn't tell us whether you need to be specific. What type of logistic regression did you use? And then when you are using ordinal, what do you use to interpret? Is it odd ratio? Or because if you are using ordinal, I think you most of the time you use odd ratio to interpret your results. Okay, those are the things I would like to say. Thank you. Any other?
Okay.
Please. Any other comment? Contribution, observation? Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So I have a question. Sorry, I'm just joining in now because I was in another Zoom meeting. I'm sorry, I just joined back. You said you use logistics regression, right?
You are welcome back, ma.
Yes,
Thank you.
a machine learning model.
Okay. So what's your your dependent variable? So I didn't get that. You must have explained that earlier on. So I'm just joining in back. What's your dependent and variable if you use logistics regression? Can you hear me?
Coming. Yes.
Yeah, so what's your dependent variable?
Okay, based on my abstracts, they were tested they were tested using 4, which is accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score, because they were machine learning models. So these were the 4 criteria we use in judging the outcome.
I can't really see the screen, but how did you categorize your dependent? Was it continuous and binary? Since you are using logistic, was your dependent variable binary or continuous? Just answer. It's just a question. I don't want to look at your work. Just answer me.
So, Mark, can you come again, please? I didn't get the question.
You use logistics, Abi? Was your
one?
One. So during the analysis of the logistics regression, was your dependent variable binary or continuous? Since you use logistics. So here it is. If you are using logistics, your dependent variable must be independent. Sorry, I meant to say independent. Sorry. Independent. What was your independent variable? How did you categorize it?
Yeah, that was what I was telling you, that they were categorized using 4. Because I used 3 machine learning models, which logistic regression was one of them. Then random forest was another model that was used. Then support vector machine SVM were used, and they were evaluated using accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score.
Okay, so I have a simple question. It's just a simple question. So for the independent of your logistics, was it binary? Or do you know what binary is? Do you know what continuous it is? Do you know what that means? It's just this is just an undergraduate level question. I'm not trying to blow out, take you into the advanced level. So if you are using logistics regression, your independent variable must be binary. If it is linear, then continuous. So binary is when you have, binary or categorical. That's when you have your yes and no approach. So I just wanted a simple question, like I just asked a simple question and I just needed a simple answer from you. Was your independent variable binary? I mean logistics or yeah, you said it's logistics. So was it binary or continuous? So if you had mentioned continuous, I would have told you are wrong because I expected it to be either binary or categorical. So that's just my simple question.
It's a combination of both because the questionnaire made use of two of them.
Okay. Well done.
Thank you.
What was up?
Everybody for today, and I think at this junction, anyone who is joining us and is also a presenter is not welcome. Again, we'll be rounding up the program here, and in the process, if you have any question regarding the national body or the program of today, please stop sharing your screen, Mr. Wisdom.
Okay.
Please, Waliulai Abiodun, if is basically on Wisdom's presentation, is over. We are not discussing anything furthermore on his because we need to round up now, because some of us have been online since 10 o'clock here in America, and some have been online since 3 o'clock. If you check your time, it's almost 5:20 in Nigeria now. And we all know how much you guys are incurring on data. And I will not want you to incur furthermore expenses on that. But if you have a different question, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, sir. It's just not a questions. It's a commending for this for these webinars. Like a lot of people are benefiting for these webinars, and it has been a good things. Although I want to comment on the wisdom project before, since you said this time. So I need to commend your effort, and I commend the you are really to the insight into the statistics, to know what's going on and to have the knowledge of statistics. If at all people were in school, then we are able to benefit this, and I believe we'll be more than this, because I also participated in the last one, so I think we'll be more than this in research. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I will employ all the undergraduates, like they should be able to participate in this research, because it's going to help them a lot. So thank you very much, sir, and thank you to the Association of Statistics and the Association of American Statistical Associations and ASSON-National. Thank you very much.
All right, it's a great thing to hear from our past presenter who is currently on his NYSC, and I'm sure you are rounding up your NYSC program by now. And by the special grace of Almighty God, who has enabled you to start the NYSC, after the NYSC, we give you a favor market. You will not search for job will locate you. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, owó ńlá, the way Yoruba will speak. I pray for you in the mighty name of God. So, like the program being drawn today, we are moving on to, give me 1 second. We are moving on to auction. Our judges will be meeting. I think they will submit their results to me. I think basically we have just 4 presenters today for today's conference. And out of those 4 presenters, we will not be having session 1, session 2 again. We'll just round them up all together. Because if I say we should do session 2 alone, that means wisdom will be coming a winner in a session. But if our chair says we should do it that way, I have no option than to obey, because I might be an initiator. I can't decide for when you hand over something for someone to handle. You can't also be the person that will be deciding for them. So that is how academics is all about, and the level of leadership. Leadership is all about delegation and believing in the person you delegated authority onto. So, who is the next person to give a closing remark? I think that's me. That's me. So, before the closing remark, we have workshop resolution and key takeaways. Key takeaway. We'll be giving room for 2 or 1 person among the students. What can you tell us on the lesson learned so far? The practical strategies that you were able to learn, and also the key commitment towards responsible digital conduct. If you have answers to those 3 things, please raise up your hands and come on board. If you have anything that you have learned so far in today's workshop, please come on board. If there is none, in the next 1 minute, if I didn't see anybody, we'll progress. So, Ibiyeye, your answer is up. Please come on board.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. So, why the speaker was the speaker that came up. Why was speaking
Okay, Ibiyeye, we can hardly hear you. So I will advise, type your comment in the comment section while I read it out.
That we should have guide over us, like guidance that we are submitting to guide, of which he started by saying internet is for our advantage and we can take it as our advantage. But then we have to, what I learned from him is that, because if you go through
All house, I'm sorry, I think his internet is so bad. Now, I realized one thing in all of our presenter today. I want to teach you something that, please, 2 things I want to put into you today. If you are presenting like this, always, even if your lecturer is not available to proofread your work, you should be able to have a senior brother, elder sister, or elder associate let them help you to proofread your work. It's very, very important. Because one thing you might not understand, though, let me be sincere, it's good to present well. And it's also good to learn to present well. Where I'm going is this. If you present bad today and people correct you about your presentation, your next presentation will be more better. But that does not mean that if you have somebody around you who could help you to say, Opeyemi, go and adjust section A. Section A does not look well. Go and adjust section B. Section B does not look well. That does not mean you should not comply and not use that too. Now, I want to show you something before we round up, because all of you messed up on that aspect. There is something called juxtaposing in Microsoft Word. When you are writing an article or you are writing a letter. Now, I'll be sharing my screen while you all see what I'm talking about. Now, let me go to Microsoft Word here. Now I am on my Microsoft Word. If you look at this thing, you can see that this line is straight, this line is straight. If I want you to understand basically on what you have done that is wrong, I will come to paragraph. I will click on this. No, before I do that, let me see. Before I do that, let me go down. Here's my conclusion again. I will highlight. Because this is how your work will first of all come. It's only when you juxtapose that the work now look. No. Now this is how your work will first of all look like when you are typing. So once you finish typing, what you need to do is to highlight your work. You highlight it in the format the way it is. You come to paragraph. You juxtapose your work. You have this. You have this. You have this. You have this. The best means in highlighting and juxtaposing our work is to select this. Once you select this, your work will be straightened into paragraphing. So it makes your work look more official and more presentable, rather than this one that all of you are giving me today. Mostly everybody fall into this mess. And the reason why I will not penalize you and I will beg our official to be lenient with you is because you are still our young sucking breast, you are still young breast sucker in statistics, in undergraduates. And I am praying for you on daily basis to learn well. Because this thing that I'm telling you, I am telling you today. I remember when I was in a secondary school here in America, I went to go and all these things they've taught them in secondary school. For you to understand that we are far backward. Though that doesn't mean we are not doing better than them here. We are doing better than them when it comes to academic. But all those things, if we have people who will be teaching us from our secondary school, we also will understand that this is nothing but a mechanic composition, not a mechanical engineer. Because there is a difference between a mechanical engineer and a mechanic. A mechanic can work all day. Why a mechanical engineer will just say, okay, you put this, you put this, you put this, and a mechanical engineer might be earning 1 million. Why a mechanic in a day can be earning 100,000? That's a different thing. That the difference there is education. Or the practical aspect is a mechanic are the best practical aspect. But mechanical engineer has the designed aspect of it. So please, Microsoft Office has changed. Everything has changed. Look for paragraph. Then you click this. That's that. To run our program off for today, I will give a vote of thanks. And in the process of giving a vote of thanks, I don't know if our judges, because we have 3 judges so far that I can see online now. I have Sister Dr. Wumi, I have Dr. Adejumo. Okay, Fayoshe is gone. So I think I'll be receiving the result later. I'll be receiving the result later and report to you guys. The first person is going home with 50,000 naira. The second person was going home with 30,000, while the third person is going home with 20,000. So we'll still be coming up again by June. June is our next program. So it's going to be taking us 3 months for this program or activity. And please learn to tell others and let others tell others and others to tell others that ASSON-National has come to stay. ASSON-National has come to stay. Our website will be launched tomorrow. Our website is assonnational.org.ng. assonnational.org.ng. We have a LinkedIn, we have a WhatsApp group, we have a Facebook, and we have a Twitter account. So please, by the special grace of God, in October 15 to 17, there will be a national and international conference of the undergraduates where the American Statistical Association and myself will be coming down to Nigeria at University of Lagos. Information will be passed across to every one of us in due time. In due time. So, on behalf of myself and the judges and the executive and the legislative aims of this body and the general students at large, I want to thank those who were able to make it for this workshop. We have realized that Zoom consumes a lot of data. So by next time, we'll be using a platform that will be easier for us, like Team or like Google, because Google will not allow us to be able to record, but we'll look like webinar, our Team and the likes. We'll see the one that will pay less and get better products. Thank you and remain blessed. So, the last but not the least, thank you, Dr. Wumi. And the last but not the least is I will be calling on our speaker, our Senate President supposed to pray for us, but in absence of our Senate President, because a Christian prayed in the beginning of this prayer program. So because of our Senate President, who is a Muslim, who have been scheduled to pray for us, who is not around, I'll be transferring that singular honor to our only Waliullah Abiodun, who is now our alumni of this association. Waliullah, please lead us in prayer as we round up the program. Thank you.
We thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate you for all these things you are doing. Like to see this kind of thing in statistics, I was so excited. Like I was so happy. Like people in statistics can gain a lot of things from you. Alhamdulillah, thank God. So we are rounding up this section and now. We pray Almighty Allah to make it a beneficial one for us and make it a good one for us in this life and hereafter, and make this Association of Statistics, because it's your plan, and make the plan more better than what you think, and make this thing be a good beneficial for all world and statistical associations around the world. So please try to share all this opportunity with your friends outside there that is in statistics. Try to share the opportunity with them so they can learn from the Association of Statistics. And also, please, sir, I'm using this opportunity to tell you, okay, the graduates in statistics, what are the opportunities out there? Please help us with opportunities. Thank you very much, sir. And well, thank you for everyone. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamu ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
All right. Basically, on what you have said, the graduates, we cannot just jump into the graduate like that. Graduate is all. The NSA have a establishment for the graduates. They have their own called young statistician, whatever. So this is undergraduate, but later on, by God's grace, by maybe next year or upper year, we'll be looking into how to foster the graduate and the undergraduate together. We'll be having both sections combined together, whereby the graduate will have their own and the undergraduate will have their own session by God's grace, because that is how during my first encounter of knowing of a program like this, it was organized for both the undergraduate and the graduate. Though, like me, the way I was brought up, I don't jump and compare myself with people. They have started their own. They might have started it with the graduates before they inculcate the undergraduate. And in life, you don't copy people. You do your things the way you think it can be suitable. If I say, okay, we are doing the undergraduate to the graduate, we are mixing them together, we might fail. I remember telling one of the NSA executive member the other time that I have something like this. It was like, we should transfer it to the graduate. Had it been I listened to him, then the undergraduate might not have this privilege. So because of that, let us take one thing. You will say, so let's take it one after the other. If we realize that we are able to secure better understanding among the undergraduates, then we'll move to the graduate level. Because the graduates, the reason why we are doing this is not even why you were undergraduates, because the best time you need this research work is at your graduate level. It's at your graduate level, because you don't do projects done when you are about to graduate or during your IT or during whatever. So, but in our graduate level, they can give you an assignment. They will say you should go and research. You come and present. But this ability you have encountered during your undergraduate will help you to do that as easy as it may be. So, without much wasting of our time, we'd like to bring the program to the end of session. Thank you all, and remain blessed forevermore. I love you all. Bye.